What's going on, everybody? It is yet again another beautiful day in New York. I spent some time with my buddy Christopher, who I served with in the military, and we had a blast just catching up, hanging out, had a lot of fun. Really appreciate his hospitality, put me up at his house. We had a blast, but now I am back on the road, riding, seeing cool stuff, showing you guys. And today we are at a bucket list ride. We are at Niagara Falls State Park. Let's check it out. Niagara Falls is just gorgeous. That tour boat you've seen right down there in the action is the Maid of the Mist. Take you right up close to the falls. I'm sure that's a beautiful tour. I'd love to do it sometime, just not on this trip. Because we gotta get rolling. I'm gonna do something I don't normally do unless it is worth it, and it is. We're going out of the way, back east to Hammondsport, New York. We're gonna check out the Glenn H. Curtis Museum. It's right up my alley. I got this recommendation from my good friend Kevin from Kevin's Garage in Homewood, Illinois. Back when we were on our Blue Ridge trip. It's about 130 miles, 2.5 hours. So let's get rolling. I just arrived at the Glenn H. Curtis Museum, and Glenn was born here in 1878 in Hammondsport, New York, and he was an early maker of airplane and motorcycle engines, and he actually flew airplanes here successfully from 1908 to 1911. Let's go inside, check out the museum. This Curtiss P-40N Warhawk has an incredible story behind it. It was involved in a mid-air collision in 1945 over Florida and crash landed into a swamp. It sat there for 41 years until 1986 when the wreckage was recovered by boat. The process began painstakingly restoring it to create a wreck recovery exhibit. It was purchased by the museum in 2011, and further restoration is being done to add it to the museum collection. I really enjoyed my time here at the Glenn H. Curtiss Museum. Such an amazing collection of motorcycles, aircraft, beautiful automobiles in a well put together museum. But before I go, I wanted to show you guys this C-46 Commando behind me. It was delivered in 1943 in Mississippi to the US government. Spent a total of 44 years, 11 months in service. An interesting fact, it was actually seized by the US government to interrupt a gun smuggling ring at some point. It's time to wrap up the day, and the first stop was Niagara Falls State Park, and just a really nice ride along the Niagara River coming in there. The park is beautifully maintained, and it's pretty good size actually, so that's why you see all the trolleys running around. That's nice for people wanting to check out the entire park. I just checked out the falls area. I paid about $10 to park, walk down to the falls from there, and it was just incredible. I mean, I didn't know how big the falls really were, what to expect, but they are pretty good size, and you could feel the mist from the platform up there. There's like a constant rainbow from the mist there, and it was just really, really nice. And you had that Made of the Mist boat tour right down there in the action, and that would have been really cool to do. And I know I'll get back to Niagara Falls at some point, and when I do, I'm going to take the Made of the Mist tour, so no worries there. We had to get going anyway. We were bound for Hammondsport, New York, and this time of the year, New York is just great. Great fall riding with the trees changing every which way. There's a lot of nice hills and turns, rock faces there in New York. So I had a great little ride to Hammondsport, and where we showed up at the Glenn H. Curtiss Museum. And the museum is fantastic because it has all the things, or a lot of things that I really like. You know, motorcycles, aircraft, boats, flying boats. So much history. Everything was clean and well put together. There was information on nearly everything. Stuff hanging from the walls, stuff hanging from the ceiling. That P-40 was really cool, that it was in a swamp for 40 years and they took it out by boat piece by piece and put it all back together. You know, it's taken a long time, but it's turning out really good. Really interesting piece there. So definitely worth going back to see the museum. I have no problem backtracking if I'm going to see cool stuff like that, and it was totally worth it. And Hammondsport, New York is like a postcard town. Really beautiful. It's small. It's right on one of the Finger Lakes. I stayed at a campground nearby, which was pretty good, and you'll see that on tomorrow's video. But definitely a solid day. Really enjoyed myself, seen some incredible, unique things you can only see in New York. So definitely a great day. But just want to say thank you to everyone consistently watching, liking the videos, commenting. Throw me a comment what you want me to see. I mean, I'm kind of running out of time to do things in the north part of the country with the weather getting a little colder, but south is pretty big. I got some south adventures coming up, so throw me a comment down of something that you want me to see in the south. I just want to say thank you to everybody watching, supporting me. I really appreciate that, and I hope you all enjoyed the video. And I'm going to leave you with some pictures and video of my time I spent with my friend Chris. We did a lot, and I didn't film a lot because we were just having fun, so that's fine too. Anyway, hope y'all enjoy it. See you on the next video.